And that's I I won't be able to stay for the four meetings. I've got to go to the dentist very shortly, so I've got to shower and get ready for that. But I just wanted to tune in and let you know I'm with you, and I'll listen to the recording if I got to tune out.
That's awesome. It's so great to have you
Yeah.
on. Amazing. All right, so let's hear a few interesting observations that you have from your like, comment, and messaging people over the last week. Who wants to share?
I can.
Kate, love that.
So been going in every day, liking, commenting, not necessarily sharing just based on what the content is. But I've had a lot more engagement on my posts. So obviously I'm getting out there a little bit more and a lot of people are commenting and liking my posts. So it's sort of reciprocal and then I'm messaging them saying, hey, thanks for liking my post and sort of starting a conversation from there, which has been really good.
Amazing. That's so
Yeah.
good. So,
So more consistency of posting and trying to I'm doing different stuff on Instagram and Facebook because a lot of them cross together. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so no, that's what I found.
That's awesome. So are you moving the conversations? Are they just catch-ups that are happening on those conversations so far, or
Depends on the
moving to?
person and how I know them.
Yeah.
So I actually had one yesterday. He commented on my post and I messaged him and he's a business person and I know that his wife has had some significant health issues. So
Yeah.
I started directing the conversation. I said, hey, look, I've got something that you may be interested in. He's like, no, thanks, we're fine. I was like, so I thought, stuff it. I was like, okay, that's cool. So you're really not interested in knowing what I have to offer? And he came back and said, oh, our insurance is a good thing. I was like, well, actually, it's not insurance. It's more of a health and wellness kind of thing. He's like, nah, we've got too much on our plate. I was like, fine, your loss. And then I left. I actually said, fine, your loss. And I was like, nah, I'm not putting up with him.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Well done. Well done. Who else would
Thanks.
love to just share some observations you're making?
I haven't been as active on Facebook because I'm banned again, but David's been the Dave Keatsy, so he's had a reconnect with somebody that he worked with years ago in England. So that was interesting. And then of course this old business development manager of ours when we were in our other business. So that's a really positive thing. But a lot of people have been joining my Wellness Collective Club Substack. So that is going to be the platform that I'm going to be at between those two. And then, of course, Instagram, you will have noticed I've started doing those videos. So just filming myself and getting confident in front of the camera, which is
Yeah.
always a massive block for me.
Yeah.
So that's been a really good exercise to, and also, it's time for us to all speak up and to get our message out. Like there's enough information about our technology that it works and it's helping lots of people. So we really, 2 years ago, it was a bit different again, even for you guys. But definitely, I find that we've got something to stand behind that we can really be proud of. So, yeah, just get your message out there. And the more you do it, the more the algorithm catches up.
Yeah. Exactly. Love it. That's brilliant. All right. Well, what I'd love to do today in this call is ask you, and then we're going to look at crafting, obviously, like a message. What we want to do is ask you to write down on your piece of paper 5 topics that are really important to you. 5 topics. So I love what Ange said. Like there's passions that are important to you, causes that are important to you, um, family, interesting things for you. I love what Kate said. No, someone presumed it was going to be insurance. So I see a few people on obviously in the insurance industry. So people are going to presume you're coming back on social media if it's new for you, or, just getting more active, because that's a place where you're going to, bring your insurance business to the forefront. Now, we're massive advocates of multi-business focused people, multi-entrepreneurs. So that's not going to be a problem if that is what you need to do for both businesses. It's just how to do that messaging in a way that is integrative and that story connects and doesn't have to just connect, but how you're going to show up with it. So I'm not just talking about a strategy though for that business today, because that will be a little different. Although we do work with a company of brokers here in Australia, and they encourage their own brokers how to show up on social media with some of these other interesting parts of their life as well. So, everyone's doing it. Everyone's kind of helping people go, you're not just this and you're not just that. So what else, if we got to know Dean, would interest him, right? And if we're going to be social, like at a party, we would know little appropriate parts of his life if we were getting to know him. Like, and it was just a social connection. So same online. So just start to jot down in your own notes, wherever you're taking these notes today, what are what we call the 5 buckets of interest that you have in your life. I see a few in the chat now. Love that. Clean filtered water for Jennifer. Just take a minute to write a few things down. Love it. Sleep and stress for Angie and Dave. Anyone want to share one or two that is of interest to you? Because we're going to talk today about certain groups you might want to join based on those passions that you have.
Yeah, sure. I've niched down from my perspective of all the things I talk to is stress and sleep. So for me, that's the big message in what I'm promoting. But then on top of that, I'm obviously into health freedom and those sorts of things. So we're in a lot of those groups.
Yeah.
And
Right.
even community groups, like I'm fortunate that I'm teaching yoga, so I can promote my yoga classes into, say, the Mudgee Bar community group, so that when
Yeah.
we do have our next Life Wave event, then I'm
Yeah.
promoting that event to those people in that group. They already know me because they can see that I'm doing yoga classes at Hippocrates Health Centre.
Yeah. Love it. Yeah, so this is great, Martin. You fascinating, and we already I love that because we know that already about you, those that have got to know you. This is part of what I would call a strategy called know, like, and trust. And so this is building a knowing of you, like a just a when I think of golfing, I think of Martin, and I actually do. Like, he talks about it enough and he tells us what he's doing, and his contacts are in that area. That golfing is one of those things that Martin comes to mind. So, know, like, and trust is another strategy you just want to be keeping in mind of how people are going to know you, like you, and trust you when it comes to you just being human. Write down the word human because that's going to be really important too, is that people know you are human and that what you do is also connected to who you are and vice versa. So, Michelle, what did you write down? And good morning. Oh, hang on. I've got to ask you to unmute again. I accidentally muted you.
I wrote down dogs, health and wellness, being outdoors, God.
Yes.
Yeah, so those are just a few. Not
Love it.
necessarily in that order, by the way.
Yeah.
I probably should
And
have not have the dogs first.
dog, God, same
Yeah.
word backwards. I love it. That's awesome. Would you say your like passion for freedom, like some of those conversations are important to you as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you. That's my fifth one, freedom. Both
Yeah.
in, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Financially as well as just giving us time. And time is, time is what we all have it, but we have to just use it so well. So that freedom does give us time.
Yeah, just those interesting conversations. In since the beginning of when I met you, just around, just not feeling like the government's necessarily in control and just what's happening in these days we live in. So very interesting and very a lot of people in that space, right? Like it's another group of people that'll be like, she's my people and they're my people. So
Can you
yeah.
be that wild on can you be that wild on social media? I mean, that's
Well,
great.
Angie would say no. She would say yes, and then she'll get locked out of social media. But she'll find her people when she does
Yeah,
it. And so that's the other thing is like you figure out what kind of words you can and can't use. So, yeah.
sure.
All right,
Yep.
one more person. Some of you buckets. All right. If no one wants to share yet, that's fine. What we're going to do now from these buckets is really begin. This is again just about you and your story. We're going to really begin to figure out how to make these things connected. Now, if you use the LifeWave Now app, it does like a whole intake of, you and what they really call your brand. So you can do that through the app. I'm still not using the app at that level yet. We do have through our coaching just like a branding guide that I'm happy to share, and I'll pop those kind of resources in your social media chat over time. But now, what we want to do is, as we're thinking about you, these buckets of interest, we want to ask what groups are you in? As Angie just said earlier, so you've got this big world of social media. You're going to keep warming it up. You're going to kind of bring people back to your posting as well, just that you're online. Just one other way we're going to kind of get your reach out there is if you think about those 5 or 6 buckets, those buckets you've got online, there are a whole lot of groups that you can be in. Again, we're not thinking about this so you go and spend hours in there, but just by this week joining a few groups of people like you is really going to help you again as you begin a strategy online of attracting the right people that are going to be open and curious based on some common interests, that whole know, like, and trust. They don't yet trust you about LifeWave, but they're going to trust Martin when they realize they've got golf in common or some travel, or they start to see what he begins to post on that he values and that he's interested in. That human side of him is going to be one of those connections that people really, really will end up buying from you and partnering with you because, and that can over time be the most random, conversations are going to keep being golf or travel or whatever that is that's interesting to that person. And it's going to segue into this conversation around LifeWave as well. So currently, is anyone in any Facebook groups? Just put in the chat if you are. What kind of groups are you in? This is where we just get to learn from one another as well. And by the way, I've been watching Annie online lately. Her passion for travel, absolutely get to see that now, like in terms of one of her stories, one of her brands. So fun to watch that. Yeah, freedom groups for Angie, weather modification. Yeah, so I'm in a lot of entrepreneur for women groups, mumpreneur, they call them. Um, those kind of passions of being a woman with multiple focuses, um, sovereign health, love it. Reading books, awesome. Love it. So are they like book clubs, Kate? Yeah. Malta, so good. Navy, yeah, absolutely. Brilliant. Yeah, Telegram for you too, Jennifer. That's great. That's awesome. So good. All right. So what you want to look at this week is if you are not in any Facebook groups, then you can begin to search for some. You can do that online. The other way Facebook at the moment is going to kind of bring groups to you, and your algorithm is as you go. We're going to look today at this. We're going to go onto Facebook if Facebook is what you're using, and we're going to go down to the About section of your page. So this is going to be over in your profile. When we make some of these tweaks over in your profile, Facebook will begin to bring some of these interests and some of these groups across your own algorithm now as well. So your About Me section is, there's varied opinions on this. Again, I am just giving some general advice to you, but there is some varied opinions on the About page. My personal opinion again is your About is the know, like, and trust. It's just the place where you are, someone will go, who is she? Why are they on my feed now? Or they know you already, so it's going to be, oh, what are they up to lately? Like, and they can do that in your bio, in your about. If you're on Instagram, you have a few less words that you can use on Instagram, but let's just talk about this. My, again, second opinion on the about is use it at first. Don't be too fancy with your words. Use it at first to be words that are going to, again, attract the kind of people you enjoy. You will have interesting conversations with, a part of your own passions. We'd go one step further and go, you're going to be a little like-minded and like-spirited. So also, like, these are the people you're going to one day hope to partner with in business, because you can do that. That's where we're tracking with this as well. It's all about who you're going to attract into your world and your sphere. So this about page, this bio, I'd like you to just practice with it and basically just start to change some of your bio to include these interests if they don't already do that. as I said, you don't want to make this huge and fancy. So I'm going to teach you one way we can do this via ChatGPT. And so what you're going to say to ChatGPT, and again, I'm just going to say this out loud, and then if you want to do it, we're going to take 2 minutes to do this, but I want to keep this a real working group as well. So in ChatGPT, you're going to take those 5 things that are of interest to you and just put in ChatGPT, the free version, if you've got it downloaded, or paid if you use that. Help me create my Facebook bio or my Instagram bio using these interests, and make sure that the words are searchable. So you're going to say something like that these words would then attract people like me to my profile or to my page. So that's the whole purpose of today, is that you're going to begin again to get your bio. If you don't even know where to search for groups, I'm going to also show you that in a second too. So you can go searching for groups, but the way Facebook works right now is it's going to begin to bring groups on your profile. You've got to join them, but you're going to start to see a few posts from those groups, and then you'll have the opportunity to join one or two of those groups. The great thing is when you join the groups, if they ask you for an introduction, you're going to be practicing how to introduce yourself so people can know, like, and trust you as a human. The reason also why for this right now is so much of online is like bot driven, AI driven. I don't have a problem with AI if it's not just a bot without a human at the other end of it. But this again is going to just keep you really authentic online. So let's practice. Who has ChatGPT on their phone or on their computer and can plug in those 5 words that you've just written down and say, create me a bio? Anyone want to do that? Let's just do one working person right now.
I've got ChatGPT upgraded.
Okay. So awesome. Well, let's and put your 5 words in, just see what it spits out, and then let's just quickly get someone else to say their 5 words. And if they don't have ChatGPT yet, which again, it's up to you, your business, whether you want to download it, but I would say it's to your advantage to do it. So, Ange, let's do it with yours, your 5 buckets of interest.
Hey there, could you please help me create my Facebook bio in terms of sleep, stress, health, freedom, entrepreneurship, and yoga? If you could consolidate a nice, short, concise bio to help me with my Facebook profile, I'd appreciate that. Thank you. You have to talk to ChatGPT really nicely because we're training these AIs.
Yeah. And then it talks really nicely back to you. Mine calls me lovely.
Oh, really? Classic. Hang on, he's being a bit slow today. Can you please help me create my Facebook profile based on sleep, stress reduction, health freedom, entrepreneurship, and yoga? Maybe it's because I'm in the Zoom. It's not letting me.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. Oh, Dave's got one too. Hang on. Stand by.
Meanwhile, if you have it, do this for yourself as well, because your ChatGPT is going to create something, if you've already been using it, that knows you a little bit more, like what Ange was saying. It's not just going to put your bio in Ange's, it's going to really start to get to know you. So out of interest on this kind of working group that is on, who uses ChatGPT already? Few of you? Yeah. All right. So
So,
if you
I'm going
don't,
to read it out, or you?
yes, go for it. And
Helping people reclaim their sleep, reduce stress, and live in health freedom through mindful living, yoga, and conscious entrepreneurship. Sleep optimization, yoga and nervous system balance, health sovereignty, purpose driven business. And then it goes on and gives me a whole about me version. I'm passionate about helping people improve their sleep, blah, 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 blah. It's really good. So I use ChatGPT all day long.
Yeah, love it. So this is what the tool can be used for. If you use ChatGPT, it is absolutely the way of the future with then language that's just going to prompt you. It's not what you have to, you don't want to just cut and paste it. You get to like tweak it, play with it, go back and forth with it. But what we want you to do is absolutely take this week and change your bio. I would actually say it's Tuesday. I'd love you to work on that in 24 hours so that it's changed in 24 hours because between your continued no, your continued um, like, comment, message. And now, what we call this trust building, where your profile is going to change, more of interest is going to come to you. Then, if you do it in 24 hours, you're also going to get some groups pop up on your feed when you're active on your feed that are going to be interesting for you to join. And when you join them, it's going to sometimes ask you for an introduction, and this is a great place. And here's my other key to Facebook groups. Don't just, if you get the chance to introduce yourself, don't just say, yeah, I'm in a golf group, so I'm Martin and I like golf. Because Martin's just said, I like golf, I like travel, I care about some of those health things that he's a part of. Then he gets to say all that in the golf group. You're not just going to kind of fixate only on golf when you're in the golf group. You're going to stay human, balanced, well-rounded, or not. Like it doesn't have to feel balanced. You're going to have like an extreme, like polarizing view on life. That is absolutely fine too. Whatever it is, when you show up in those groups, you're going to show up as that whole person as well. So that's going to be your homework this week. It's online networking basically is also what you're doing, but you're learning and you're practicing and you are staying really human and people are going to know, like, and trust you. Um, there will be one other practice here is if you want to go one step further with this because you're ready, we would be asking you to post over 5 days. Those five, just again, test that your algorithm, because some of you are really new to waking up Facebook. You can create 5 posts of interest. So, not selling, not sharing one of these opportunities, just 5 posts of interest of something to do with golf, something to do with travel, something, and choose a day of the week to do that and just put something out there. And when you do something about your interest, don't forget to ask a question. So, something to do with travel. I love what Annie's doing lately. Who wants to guess how many countries I'm going to be in by the end of 2026? Like fun, really good. She tells us she wants to do, she's in travel, but it's like an engaging question as well. So, gardening tips, for example, like, you might like gardening. Give me your top 5 gardening tips for this really hot summer, or, it's just whatever you want. You're going to start to engage with your audience a little bit on your passions, where again, you're just going to start to be liked and trusted and warmed up, as in you're someone that wants to have conversations on social media, not just one way. Questions or clarity around that for this week? Feel free to come off mute. Who's going to do it? Who's going to go that step of posting on your 5 different buckets this week? All right, awesome. Those of you doing it, will you put your profile in our social media chat on WhatsApp just so we can start following you, following one another, seeing what you're doing, engaging if we have time just to like one of your things, comment on one of your things. Katja, one of our team that's been doing this, she loves gardening. So it's so fun to watch the amount of comments she'll get on that. And so then when she gets ready to post something on LifeWave again, there's just interest, connection, chemistry there, people liking her, championing what she's doing. So that's your homework this week. Who's up for it? Good. All right. Awesome. Well, happy Tuesday. Don't forget, put your profile over in the social media. Change your profile. You go to the edit up in Facebook. You can change your profile there for your About Me or your bio. Let us know you're doing that. Some of these things do that all over in social media so we can be inspired by each other. All right. So have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay, no worries. Bye. Bye.